Welcome to Warfall. Actually, what is Warfall? Warfall is a mini-agnostic, mini-agnostic 1 to 4 player skirmish game. Basically, you can take minis from any era that you own and basically build a warband and basically fight against another warband from any era. So, for example, here this is the Crusaders versus the Morbid Future faction, the Solar Dominion. You can pin in the cyberpunk, post-apocalyptic, so all eras basically will work. So I've done a quick rule book, so it's a 2-page rule book. With this, you have everything to play. I've also included versus the AI mode in this. And there's also an open world campaign mode set during the Crusades. So basically, you build a warband. You can recruit new units, spend gold to buy better gear. You do contracts. You travel wherever you want. You take the contracts. You gain gold, and basically with the gold, you can recruit, equip your units, get them better abilities, etc. The goal is to succeed the main campaign of the which is inspired during the Crusades era 1187, when the Crusaders lost the city of Jerusalem. So it's inspired on this, and it's branching path narrative. So basically, all your decisions, your success in battles will determine your overview, your outcome for your battles. So you have the Warfall, the campaign rulebook. You have the campaign stories and contracts. So there's 126 pages there. You have the Warfall, also the Warfall. I'm sorry, the custom warbands. So basically, with this, you can also choose a mini and basically look at its stats. And so let's say this guy has a sword or a heavy warhammer. Well, that's worth 8. That gives him attack +3, initiative -2, push. Plus he has a gun. So basically that can enable you to choose minis and basically fully customize your warband also. So there's these modes. There's also the Fog of War mode, where you don't know which is the minis, which are traps and everything. So there's also those modes in the PvP. And there's a PvE mode, so you can build your own warband and fight off against the AI. So there are AI units at the end. So if you want to fight versus the AI. And there's another mode, and for the Crusaders, I have the unit cards for the Crusaders. So this is for the campaign mode. So these are all provided. Everything is free on itch. So right now we're gonna look at the base rules for the skirmish game. Also, you can build your own 3D models as your own battlefield as you desire. For example, here, these are my own 3D things. I've also provided for free terrain cards. Basically, the terrain cards, for example, here, the dunes, you can place them here. And basically, the units will maneuver around it. And each terrain has its own special abilities. So this will be used for the campaign mode. There will be pictures for the setup for the battlefield in the campaign mode. So for example here, so if it says, okay, you need to build the desert battlefield, so it uses the terrain cards. So if you don't have the 3D models, you can use the terrain cards. And I've also provided in the main rulebook, you could use also, for example, poker cards that you place face down like so. So everything is suggested, so you can build your own battlefield. These are wall splash from the dollar store. You can use tiles, like it's $1 for you need 4 tiles. So the battlefield is a 2x2, and you can build it as you want. So you can use For example, here for this. So now to build your army, basically you choose a faction. So for example, here I have the Crusaders. So I'll check for the Crusaders. I've selected here, for example, this would be a Knight Hospitaller, and I've chosen also this one would be a Crossbowman. So the Crossbowman is worth 5 points. The Knight Hospitaller is worth 15. So for a quick game, it's 20 points. A standard is 30. A large battle is 50 points of units. And basically these are the stats. So that's the toughness, so how much damage it can take before dying. That's its wits. So when you focus, things like that, you will draw more cards. So it gives you more control over your hand. The movement value, how quick it is. The initiative value, how fast it can activate. We'll see it a bit later there. The defense value, so when it defends, the bonus it does, and basically the attack value. So for example, 4, line of sight, you must have line of sight on the enemy. 0, which means they must be in base contact. If it's a 1 distance, Warfall uses a unique mechanic. Basically, the short side of a poker card is 2 movement points. So 1 movement point is half of it. So a unit that would shoot 2 to 5, well, then he has access to this distance. And if, let's say, he would move 5 movement points while you use the poker cards as the measuring tool itself. So now for the structure for the game. So each player will need a poker card deck with the jokers. And basically the main mechanic is to play cards. You can play cards for initiative, movement, attack, and defense. So you play, and when you play cards for those actions, you can play from 0 to 2 cards in your hand. So at the start of the battle, each player will draw 7 cards from the top of his deck. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So I will do so. And my opponent does the same. And now the cards value, how they're played, is any number card, including the aces, are worth 1. The figure cards are worth 2. So no matter which figure, a queen, a jack, it's worth 2. And based on the action I do, the card value will increase by 1. So clubs will boost +1 if I use clubs to do a movement. Spades, like the tip of a spear, will apply +1 to the card value if I use it to attack. The hearts will apply +1 for the defense. And the diamonds will apply +1 for the initiative. And the next is if I play a pair, I apply +2 to the value. So for example, if I would use this to move, this is worth 1 because it's a number, 1 because it's a number. It's a clubs, so it's worth 2. So that would be worth 2, 3. And it's a pair, so basically +2. So that would be worth 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus I add the unit's move value. So for example, for my crossbowman, his move value is 2. So for example, if he would move, it would be worth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of movement. And he can use the movement points to reload his crossbow. He can loot dead units. He can so he can rise if he's prone. So there's all types of things that you can use for the movement value. And if you would use that in offense, then it would be the spades boost offense, so 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the pair. And the attack from the crossbowman is 3. So in attack, it would be worth an 8 value attack. This is great for defense or for movement. So basically, for the initiative phase, so that's the first step. So each player draws 7 cards, and then you can choose minimum. It's 1 card for the initiative to assign a card to your unit from the top of your deck without looking at it, or from your hand. So for example, here I could say, okay, I'll place these 2 for this guy, and I'll play 1 card here from this guy and 1 card here So and I could play only one card. So if I have very good cards in hand, I want to keep them. I could play one card from the top. That's only for the initiative. The opponent does the same. And then we reveal the initiative cards and we calculate the initiative value. So for example here, this is very good in offense, but it's a bit wasted. So I took a chance, but so for here, for initiative, for my crossbowman, this would be worth 2, 3, because it's not diamond, so it doesn't boost. Plus, my crossbowman has an initiative of 2, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So now to play, you'll need some dice. So for example, for the initiative, it's easier to keep track with some D10. You'll need also dice to keep track of actions and such. So you'll need various D6s to keep track of all your actions. So for ease of play and speed, basically, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My Knight Hospitaller, his initiative value is 2 as well. So it would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4 because he doesn't have diamonds in there. And let's say my opponent does the same, of course. So he has 7 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he assigns 2 of them. So the jokers are the best. Jokers are worth 3. So for example, here that's a pair that would be worth 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus the unit stat. So this is very good to keep for offense or defense. So for example, here for this guy, I'll play just 1 here, and this one I'll play 1 from the top of my deck. I can play maximum 2 cards for initiative, minimum 1 to keep track of the initiative, and then I calculate the values. So for example, here for the Legatus, his initiative value is 1, I believe. Yeah, so the Legatus, his initiative value is 1. Same thing for the Legionnaire. So basically, this is worth 1, 2, and 1, 2. So both of these are worth 2 points. And basically, this will give the initiative order. If there's a tie, then you look at the highest card. So if both would be 5, well, then I look at the highest card. So for example, if it's a queen, he has a 10, well, the queen wins. So the highest card for the tie. If there's a tie for the highest card, you look at the second card. So the highest second card wins. If there's still a tie for the highest and second card, basically you look at the suits. So diamond suit will win, then the clubs, then the spades, and finally the hearts will be. So if I have a queen of hearts and he has a queen of spades, the queen of spades will win in that situation. So that's once all this is done, the initiative is done, each player will draw back to 7 cards. So you go back to 7. For example, here, this is very good for offense. And now we start with the highest unit. So for example, this one has 5 initiative, so he starts. Then he decides if he activates or not. So he can wait. So if he waits, we go to the second highest. This unit can decide to wait also. Then we go to the third highest. For example, these are 2 worth 2, so the 6 wins over the 4. So here would be this guy's turn, so he could wait or activate, and the lowest must activate. So in this situation, this unit would activate, and basically to activate, you remove the dice on it. Of course, he would have drawn back to 7 cards. And now, once he activates, he receives, so you discard the initiative card will be discarded at the end of his activation. And now, what you do is he receives 3 action points. So with the action points, so basically he can move, he can attack, he can guard, the guard will give him +1 to a defense. He can strengthen. The strengthen will give him +1 to his attack for his next activation. He can anticipate. This will give him a +1 for his next initiative phase. And he can he can focus. Focus is basically he draws the cards equal to his wit stats. So for example, the Legatus, if he would focus, you would draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards. So if you need to fix your hand, you can do it. And also dual attack, so a unit with 2 weapons. The offhand weapon is a special action, is a different action, because if you repeat the same action, it costs 2 action points the second time, 3 action points the third time. So basically with his 3 action points, he could move, but he would have no more actions. And the last action is Bolster. The Bolster will give me a +1 action point for my next initiative, for my next activation. So basically, for example here, so you could say I'll move. So these are very good attack cards. That's a great attack card. That's a great defense card. But for now, he wouldn't be able to defend. So for example, he'll say, okay, well, I'll move. So he has 1, 2, because this doesn't boost the move. Plus he has a movement value of 1. So now he would have 3 movement points. So he would do 1, 2, 3. So because the short side of a poker card is a movement. And let's say for him, then he discards the cards. And let's say for his second action, he would say, I'll bolster, so that he will gain an extra action point his next activation. And for his final action, let's say he'll say, I'll anticipate, so he'll have a +1 to his initiative value. So we place an initiative dice at value 1 next to him. And now his activation is done. So you'll need the dice for the different colors, for the conditions. Gray is for guarding, getting plus defense. The bolster is the same color as the action points you use, usually blue. The strengthen will be, the initiative will be a D10 of that you use for the initiative. And for the strengthen, you can use a red D10, for example. This will give him a +1. Also, all the conditions are placed at the end of his activation. And so now we discard the initiative phase. So he declares he finishes. So he finishes activation when he has no more action points, or when he declares he's done. So he doesn't have to spend them all, but it's better to do. And then he discards his initiative card, and he draws back to 7 cards. And now we go back to the top of the initiative track, which would be the crossbowman. So the crossbowman can wait or activate. Then it goes to him at 4. He can wait or activate. He'll wait. And then it's this guy's turn. Of course, the lowest must activate. So we discard this. And now he can move. So basically, let's say you'll play, this is good for initiative, and they're pretty bad for initiative, these cards. So let's say he'll go 1, 2, and he has 1 point of movement. So now he receives his 3 action points, and his first action will be to move. So 1, 2, 3. So he discards this in the order he wants. Still have 2 action points. So basically, he'll do, let's say he moves again. So he'll spend his 2 remaining action points to move again. So he'll do 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And basically, he has no more action points, so he has to end his activation. And then you draw back to 7 cards in hand. So, and then it goes back to the top of the food chain, which would be the crossbowman. So now he decides if he activates or waits, but he's gonna activate. So now my initiative cards are here. So what he's gonna do, this is great for moving, and so basically he wants to keep this for attack or defense, because this is worth 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus is 3 attack stats. So I'll use this for movement. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because of his stat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he needs to reload his crossbow. Oh yeah, so he received his tree action, so that's his first action. And he needs to reload his crossbow. Reloading his crossbow is 4 movement points. So yeah, so he'll use that. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he'll use 4 plus 1 to move. And the reach of his crossbow is 2 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs to get closer. So since he has a good initiative, he'll move again. And so basically, he'll use the pair to move. This would be great for initiative, but let's say he wants to keep those. Well, he could play 0 cards also. If he plays 0 cards for his movement, he'll just get his base. But here he'll play 3, 4, 5. So he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he'll be in position to shoot next turn. He doesn't have any action points anymore, so he ends his activation, discards this, and draw back 3 cards. And now this unit will activate as well. So he's gonna move. So he's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 1 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So and he's gonna move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's for his first action. So we'll use. So he received his 3 action points, and for him, he's gonna actually bolster, and he will strengthen. So basically, he'll get +1 for his next attack. So that's what he's gonna do for this turn. Now, all the units have activated. There's no more cards, so I draw back to 7 cards, of course. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And basically, that's it. And now the turn ends. So now I discard the initiative card. Well, I mean, at the end of his activation. Now the turn ends. So now we restart a new initiative phase. And if we look, the Legatus has martial hammer, so he can shoot 2 to 5 and 4. And the Legionnaire has a 2 attack, 2 to 5. He has a lot of health. And the Crusaders, for the abilities, let's see here. So for the Crusaders, the Templar, the Knight Hospitaller has Healing Rage. So on kill, he removes 1 damage. He has 1 armor, and he has a reach of 0 to 1. And the Crossbowman has Reload. He must spend 4 MP to reload to attack. So those are. So now we go to the initiative phase. So now we can play 1 or 2 cards, but here the initiative is crucial. So I'll play these 2. Well, I mean face down, of course. And then for this guy, I will play this and this. I could play from the top of my deck, but here I decide to play from my game, from my hand, and I'll keep these. This guy does the same here. So let's say he'll play the pair for his initiative, and the Legatus, he'll keep that for defense. This is pretty good. So he'll play for the Legatus the top 2 cards without looking at them, and then we flip them all and we calculate the initiative values. So this one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because of the he has 2 initiative value. This guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 initiative total. This guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 because of the pair, 5 because of his initiative value is 5. And basically, the Legatus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of his value, +1 because of his anticipate, so he has 6 initiative. And now we're ready. So the highest initiative value is the Crossbowman. There's no other people at those values, so the Crossbowman will go. So at the end of the activation, at the initiative phase, we draw back to 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I draw back to 7 cards in hand. And now my Crossbowman can attack. So now we'll see for an attack. So he's going to activate, of course. He could wait, but it's not a good position to wait. So he's going to discard his dice to show he's activating. And now he's going he's gonna move. He has an attack of 2 to 5 distance. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's within attack reach. So basically you'll receive his 3 bolster, and I will use this for the attack. It's great for defense also, but I'm gonna do that for the attack. So he has 3 actions. So he could attack twice actually, but I need to reload in between, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But this guy, since he doesn't have to reload, can attack me twice. So that's a bit dangerous. So first I will, and if I strengthen, it's going to be next turn. So I will attack him. So that's going to be 3, and because 2 figure, plus 1 because it's a spade for attack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because it's a pair. 7 plus my attack action is 10. So I play this. Now this person here can move back by 1 MP if he chooses to. I'll move that here. So he can move back by 1. This will grant him an extra +1 defense. So now here against a 10 attack, and the Legionnaire has 0 defense here. So basically he has 0 defense. So against a 10 attack, if I play my pair of jokers, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I would take 1 damage, but I lose this for attack. Or I defend with those, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of my move back. I would take 5 damage. Or this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the move back. So either I take no damage or 1 damage, or either I take 5 damage. Yeah, so I'll keep my, and he won't be able to attack another time because he needs to reload. So I'll go with the reckless part. So I'll play these 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defense. So I take 6. I take 5 damage. I have 6 health, so I'm good. If I wouldn't move back, I get a +0 defense, and if I move forward, I get a -1 defense. Because in this game, after each enemy unit activation, you can adjust your facing for free. And there's the facing. The front arc is if you draw in the middle. So any attacks in the front arc is +0. If there's a unit that would touch the imaginary line when he attacks, it's a +1. And if the unit, the whole base is in the back arc of the unit, he gets a +2 attack. So for here, basically, and you can adjust after the enemy, the opposing activation units. For aware units, my allies cannot adjust their facing. So for now, I will follow. The attacker always has the option to follow if he so desires. So I'm gonna follow, advance 1 MP. Well, actually I won't. So I will stay put. So that's the prerogative. If the defender moves back 1 MP, the attacker can follow. And then, so if I would attack twice, the defender has only his cards in hand because he's going to draw back after the this unit's activation. So now I have 2 other actions. So what I will do, same thing, I don't draw in between my actions, I draw at the end of my activation. So what I will do is I will guard, so use 1 action to get a +1 defense. And my next action I will use to bolster, so I'll get an extra different action next turn. No, actually I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna guard, and because I didn't move this turn, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more movement points. I'll reload. Reload is 4, so I have 3 movement points left. So I will move 1, 2, 3, and I don't want to move in the house because I need space to move back. And then I declare my activation is done. So I discard my initiative card, and then we go to the highest initiative value, which is the Legatus. But he will wait for now. So then we go to the 5s. So these are 2 5s, but this one has a 5 and this one has a 4. So the Legionnaire wins the initiative here. Also, at the end of this guy's activation, we both draw back to 7 cards. So me and my opponent, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after this unit's activation, I could adjust my facing for these units. But for now, they're facing in the right direction, so it's perfect. So now I will activate my Legionnaire. So I will remove this. The Legionnaire has an attack of 2 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs to move. So his first action, he's gonna move. I want to get rid of this one. I could play 0 movement if I want. If I played no cards, I would get his base movement of 1. But so he gains his three actions, and basically I will use this to move. So that costs 1 action to move. So he gets 2 points of movement. This is worth 1. His stat is 1. So he moves of 2. And then for his second action, you see, if this guy was in the same, he could have attacked twice. But since he had to move, it makes a difference. And now I'm going to use an action to attack, and I'm going to use my pair of jokers. So that's worth 8, plus this guy's attack of 2. So that's worth 10. And now this guy will, of course, move back. You declare prior to move back. Also for defense, one last thing, only for defense, you can use the top card of your deck if you want. So I could play this card. So for example, in defense, this is great. But let's say I would just have this. I could say I'll play 1 card here or 1 card here without looking at it from the top of my deck. Or I could play 2 cards from the top of my deck or 2 cards from my hand. This is only for defense and initiative. So here, what I'll do is, well, I had the, I'll play the pair. So that's worth 3 because it's hearts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because it's a pair. He has 0 value, but +1 because of the move back. So that's 7, 8. 8 and 9, I'll use this. So basically, in the end, I take only 1 damage. So to keep track of damage, of course, you have the small d6s. So that's it. And so he has 1 action left. Maybe he doesn't want to get in reach and range for this one. So he'll bolster. But he'll need to win the initiative, otherwise he's probably gonna die. So actually, he's gonna anticipate for his other action. So he'll get a +1 initiative to help him maybe attack. And after, he's gonna move forward. So basically, he's gonna be in position to attack twice. So at the end of his, after his attack, he can choose to move. So now he discards the cards here. So now these guys can adjust their facing because he did an action. In between each action, you can adjust the facing, but they'll stay as they are. And then this guy draws back to 7 cards in hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this guy does the same. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, perfect. And now we go back to the top of the discard of the food chain. So it's gonna be him, the Legatus, but he's gonna wait because he wants to see what this guy's gonna do. So this guy will decide to activate. So basically, he doesn't have great movement here. Well, he has a pair. So what he's gonna do is gonna focus. So now I draw 2. So he gains 3 action points more, so he's at 4 points. And now his first action, he's going to focus, just to show you the focus. So he's gonna draw cards equal to his wits, which is 2. So he's gonna draw 2 cards, then he discards 2 cards. So he's gonna keep the pair, and then he's gonna discard this, and he's gonna discard this is good for initiative. And then for his second action, he's gonna move. So his move stat is 1. So basically, he's gonna play the pair here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of his move stat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he gets to him. And he has one action left. So he's going to use it to attack. And for his attack, he's going to use the pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he has an attack of 4. So 9 attack. And this guy maybe should have done a guard. So he's going to move back. And 5. So he's going to die for sure. So what he's going to do, he's going to take a chance. So he'll play the top 2 cards of his deck. You must call it before. That's not a card. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3 defense. So basically he dies for a death. And basically you put the mini down when it's dead. And then at the end of the activation, so also the movement points, you don't lose in between your actions. So he has 1 movement point left. So he's going to move back there. And that's it. So basically he discards his initiative card. They both draw back to 7. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's going to be the Legatus time to activate. So he's going to gain his 3 actions. So now he has 4, and now he's going to move. He's going to use this pair to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because he has 1 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has a 2 to 5 reach. Can he target this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he's gonna shoot the crossbowman. And so for his, he has 3 actions left. So actually he could shoot the crossbowman twice. So that's what he's gonna do. Or this guy, but he's gonna get rid of the bowman. So he's gonna shoot first. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And his shoot action is 4. So that's a 9 for his first attack. And then this guy moves back to get a +1 defense. And he's going to play for his 9. He's going to play the pair. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of the move back. So he takes 3 damage. So he's at 4. And he has 5 health. He has 5 toughness. So he's going to follow him. And then he's going to attack again by using his 2 remaining action points. And of course, we still don't draw yet for the, it's going to be at the end of his activation. So now since he did an attack, he can, the others can adjust the facing, but he's going to use this as an attack. So 3, 4, 5, plus his stat of 4. So he has a 9 attack. And this guy will move back. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's gonna die no matter what. So he's gonna play, let's say, I want to get rid of this card because it's not good, or I'll take a chance, play the top 2 cards of my deck. So 1, 2, 3. So the guy dies here. And then we draw back to 7 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this guy draws back. He had 1 card left, so he draws back to 7. And basically now it's the initiative phase still. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we go back to the initiative phase, and now it's going to be the duel between both. So that's an example of the gameplay. So we continue from there. So that's the Warfall 1.5. It's easier to manage, faster to manage, and a bit more strategic with all the conditions and everything. And you have the open world map here, the open campaign, which is set during the Crusades. You build your army, you do as you wish. Of course, these are my own minis, it has nothing to do with any of these games there. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed Warfall 1.5. Let me know if there's anything that you would improve or ameliorate. Leave a comment below and join the channel. Thank you.